The Lord knows the way through the wilderness. All we have to do is to follow. The Lord knows the way through the wilderness. All we have to do is to follow. The Lord knows the way through the wilderness. All we have to do is to follow. Chukwokike knows the way through the wilderness. All we have to do is to follow. Nnamdi knows the way to Biafra. Hey. All we have to do is to follow. Nnamdi knows the way to Biafra. All we have to do is to follow. Simon knows the way through the zoo. All we have to do is to follow him. MSE knows the way to Biafra. All we have to do is to follow. Umuchineke, I greet you. Greetings, greetings. I am going live for the first time, I believe, on Twitter. If you are watching on Twitter, I don't know if Twitter comments can come up here. If you are watching on Twitter, you're welcome. And you're watching on Facebook, you are welcome. If you're watching on Ajere Global Media, our new YouTube channel, you are welcome. Maintain your position, Umuchineke. Maintain your position. Yesterday, I was celebrating that I am back. I am back on my regular YouTube channel, Raf Chamaka TV. And before I could say Jack Robinson, YouTube fetched out a video I did since December and gave me a strike on that video. Since December, they picked that up video and they gave me a strike. And it happens now that I have double strike on that channel, which is very, very uncomfortable for the work we're doing, because if that strike gets 3, the channel will disappear. So with that second strike, Raf Chamaka TV is under hold for another 14 days. 14 days under hold. So what it means is that we are going to be making do with our Facebook, with our Twitter, and with this particular YouTube channel. And it's important for you, if you're watching on Twitter, I actually came live on Twitter so that I will make this announcement. If you are going to see this video on Twitter, please try and subscribe to Ajere Global Media on YouTube. Thanks to everyone that have subscribed already. In less than 2 weeks, we have 560 subscribers on that channel. And we have about 440 to go, so that we'll be able to stream live directly from that channel, and then so that it will intensify. And the only thing we need to be doing now is that we have to modify our language, modify the words we use. You know, I have to ask Chuko Kikabiama to help me. I am Pastor Vam Vam Vam, and I am very good at Edokashiha Vam Vam Vam. And it is going to be very difficult for me to curtail my language, but Chuko Kikabiama will help me. Because when it comes to the zoo, they get us very angry, they get us very, very nervous, they get us very pissed off, and all we want to do is to tear the zoo apart. And we can't help it but to do that. And the most we can do right now is to modify our language. Orute eba ge yuzu okudiara anyenyeha nasusu Chineke anyenyeha nasusu eligwe onomana. Igbo language is the language of heaven. It is the language of Umuchineke, and the language the angels speak in heaven is Igbo. And do not be jealous if you are Yoruba. Do not be jealous if you are Arewa. Do not be jealous if you are from another location. But just understand that fact that we are Umuchineke, and we make pride, and we take pride in that actually. But we do not demean any indigenous people, because our mandate is to liberate every indigenous people, every indigenous persons trapped in that location 9. And we have that mandate, and we are going to get it done. We will get the job done. I tell you, we have 3 days in our countdown, and we mean business. 3 days in our countdown, and we mean business. Blessings, Umuchineke. Make sure you hit the like button and subscribe. What do we mean, and what does Mazin Namdekano, the Ohamadike one of Biafra land, the Oputo Bie one of Biafra land, the only true prophet, the living legend of Biafran people, the leader of the children of heaven? What does he mean when he said, maintain your position? You have seen the distraction that came from the zoo. You have seen the distraction that came from the London boy. And the distraction was so much that many of us wondered and believed that because he kept saying, verify, verify, you thought you could verify anything, but all you could verify was just nonsense, nonsense. People like this Bingo that have lost her way, who has also found herself here, have come to mock herself because they all said there must be election. Do you remember this confused Achalugo? Remember her? Remember this confused idiot? You remember her? You remember her? You remember her? That they are finding it very difficult to jump into our ship right now. But one thing we'll promise you is this. Achalugo and every one of you that are so confused because you called for election and you have seen that Nigeria has happened to every one of you. The door to this particular ship that is sailing to Biafra is open, but we are not going to trust people like you because you have missed it completely. But you can get in if you want, because we are sailing to Biafra. I'm telling you, we are sailing to Biafra. Mazin Namdekano said, maintain your position. Maintain your position. What it means is that where you stand, stand rugged. Kusi ke makana onobu Umuchineke, you need to stand. That's what the Bible says. Having stand, he says, stand therefore, and having all the weapons of your warfare. The weapons of our warfare are the garments of truth, the garment of truth that Mazin Namdekano invested upon us, and that is why we are different. We stand our ground. We don't shake. We don't shake at the presence of Peter Obi. No, Peter Obi cannot confuse us. We believed and we knew that there is nowhere. It is heading nowhere. It was heading nowhere, and it is still heading nowhere. And so if you anchor your hope in a man that doesn't have the balls to stand and demand for his so-called mandate, and then you are done for. How can you anchor your hope in such a confused fellow? You must anchor your hope on Chukwuokike Abiama. Mazin Namdekano is the prophet that Chukwuokike Abiama handed over to you and I. And you need to anchor your hope. Your vested hope must be on him, because he knows the way. And look at what he said. He told these bingos and these confused idiots, he told them, you are forbidden to tamper or to dare the spokesperson of the Biafran people. Mazi Simon Ekpa, you are forbidden to question him. You are forbidden in any way, no matter what. You are forbidden to question him. And they did not listen. They ate the forbidden fruit. And after eating the forbidden fruit, we all saw how they started running naked everywhere. On all the social media, running naked. Baroto, Chiramonaka. And now some of them are coming back and saying, hey, Dragon, we are sorry. Dragon, you are the one. You are through the one. Yes, and the Dragon told them it is time for us to go and get this particular thing we're all fighting for. There's no need for you to be hitting against the stone. And that's what it means to stand and maintain your position. Your position is Biafra. It is Biafra or nothing. Nothing else can compare. Nothing else can substitute Biafra, because the zoo is doomed. The zoo is a closed chapter. If open basara emechi gakwukwa ha emechi soya stamp. The only salvation everyone in that location 9 have is that location 9 is broken up and everyone have their own liberty. And Biafra is setting the pace. And that's why everybody is learning. Everybody is attached to Biafra. Everybody is connected to what we are doing. And the only thing that will get you that freedom is to focus. Maintain your position. Do not look to the left or to the right. Maintain your position. Do not be distracted, because no man that warreth entangleth himself with the affairs of this life. The affairs of this life are the P2Bs of this world, the Tifnubus of this world, the hand they shake, leg they shake of this world, all the confusion here and there. The devil cannot give you anything. There's nothing good that will come from the world. Everything we are looking for comes from heaven. And remember, Biafra is heaven on earth. Let your will be done on earth as it is done in heaven. The kingdom of God on earth, the land of the rising sun, Biafra. The hope of Africa, Biafra. They knew it. And that's why they are doing everything they can to stop it. But the truth is that we do not depend on them. We don't depend on the UN. We don't depend on the EU. We don't depend on the AU. We don't depend on anything. We depend only on Chuko Kabiama and the power he gave to us to maintain our position and demand for what is rightfully ours. Fabian Ogru, Anyal Wogru, Fabian Amba, we give it to them, whichever way they come. Whichever way they come, we are ready. We are prepared. We are well equipped. That is why everyone that wants to dare us need to go and ask. That's what Joel said. That's what Joel said. Because those that did not ask, they are the ones hitting their heads on the rock today. We are going to stop him. That thing in Finland, that Ekperima, he is a nobody. The nobody became a subject, a topic of discussion all over the zoo, all over Africa. Europe is talking about him. The Great Britain are afraid. Because they have no access to him. They can't get him. And we, the media warriors, formidably surrounding the dragon, we are unstoppable. And when he nothing will stop us. If you like, shut down all the YouTube channel. We are unstoppable. Unstoppable. That's what we are. We are unstoppable. We are determined and we are going for Biafra. And that's why we maintain our position. Umuchineke. Look at them. They are all panicking. They are crying everywhere. Your only saving hope right now is Biafra. And the earlier you realize that, the better for you. The earlier you realize that, the better for you. Mazin Nnamdi Kanu told you years ago that your PVC cannot and could not get you any vote or any presidency, anything. It is INEC. And who controls INEC? Fulani. Fulani controls INEC. You control everything. Everything. Including the OB you hinged your hope on. You carry all your hope. Hinge on a man that depends on Fulani. Fulani that you want to break away from, and then you now put your hope on a man that is lip-licking and ass-licking Fulani. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? And so those of you that say you miss our program, please make sure you put this our channels, put Jere Global Media on YouTube. Please share it on every network, everywhere. Please hit the subscription button. Let us get the required subscription so that we will match again with force. Raf Chamaka TV on YouTube has been suspended for God knows how long. But we are not going to hinge and hope and wait. And we don't bemoan our misery. We don't beg. I am infiable. I am undeniable. We know who we are, and we don't beg. We don't beg. So those of you that are begging, Igbo presidency, it is our turn. What is different from you, between you and Emiloko? What is different? It is our turn. There is no turn for you in the zoo. There's no turn for you. Your only requirement and your only need right now is Biafra. It's Biafra. So there's nothing like your turn. You have always had the opportunity for your turn, and they keep denying you, and you keep pushing, you keep rubbing oil on them, trying to be good and nice. You cannot be nice to a python. You cannot be nice to a carnivorous animal. It will always eat meat. And remember, you are made up of meat. And we always look for you to eat. So that's why you need to fight for your right and get it. And get it. Thank you so much for joining me. And that's exactly what I came to tell you. Maintain your position. Maintain your position. If they are calling you today, we are going to protest. Protest cannot get you anything. What it will get you is another round of massacre, another round of destruction. Then we kill everybody that come out to protest, and nothing will happen. Can't you see that they are already congratulating them? They are congratulating them for a sham of election, congratulating them for blood everywhere, congratulating them for killing people, snatching ballot boxes, congratulating who? The people you call free world are congratulating a fraudulent election. And YouTube is removing videos that are saying that was not an election with evidence. With evidence. We have evidence to show that those were not elections. And YouTube is what? Removing everybody. Removing people. Closing channels. Umuchineke. You people have to know now that this is the only way out is to join forces together and make sure that you remain in your position and maintain your ground. Maintain your ground. And we are forging ahead. On Saturday, we'll be fundraising. Fundraising for ESN. ESN has been our brainchild, our force. The only thing that gives them sleepless nights. ESN. Eastern Security Network, the beloved child of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. They dreaded them. They tried everything to destroy them. They bought Carol White, Ifeanyi Ejiofor, who became the eye. He was the eye of the zoo in IPOB. And the Mazi Simon Ekpa the Dragon. Where is Ifeanyi Ejiofor? Where is Ifeanyi Ejiofor, who became the eye? Ifeanyi Ejiofor is nowhere to be found. Ifeanyi Ejiofor is nowhere to be found. And so that is why you need to understand that we are formidable. We are formidable. So everybody they bought, all the people they bought, they failed woefully. Emma powerful. You called him. Now don't you see that he's Emma powerless? And all they were doing is just to blackmail the one that was doing the work, the one that was giving the zoo pressure, pushing them to the limit. And they were crying. They were reporting, crying to Interpol, crying to everywhere. They were crying to high heavens, lying to Finland, and doing everything, trying to bribe everyone they could bribe, manipulating things. But it all failed. It all failed. You know why? Because the hand of God is in it. The hand of God is in what we are doing. And we must get it. We must get it. And so maintain your position. Fundraising on Saturday, do not miss out. www.ipobinusa.org/donate. www.ipobinusa.org/donate. That's the website, the only website. Thank you very much, beloved one. The only website you will use to support ESN. Every other website na scam. If it is not www.ipobinusa.org/donate, not fake. So that's the only way you can support ESN. On Saturday, we are going to converge en masse, and we're going to do it like we normally do. Bless and keep you in the mighty name of Chukwu Kabiama. He say, let me see whether I have time to bring up. We all know the fundraising stickers and poster when we see it. But let me see. Maybe I'll be able to see. Okay, I have it here. I have it here. Let me display it very quickly. Of course, I'm sure you guys already know this. This is the poster for our fundraising March the 4th. On the March the 4th is a Zoom meeting. You can copy the meeting ID and the passcode. The passcode always remains the same. You know, mega fundraising, Omoada Biafra, autopilot media team cordially invites you to join ESN mega fundraising. All donations to the website www.ipobinusa.org/donate. March the 4th, and it will be by 7 p.m. Biafra time. Please make sure you keep that date with us, and we will be expecting you. And by the grace of God, I will always be coming on these channels. For those of us on Twitter, please try and go subscribe to Ajere Global Media on YouTube. You know, I'm coming on Twitter for the first time. If you're watching this on Twitter, I will still share the one of YouTube on Twitter later, so that because we have a large following on Twitter. On Twitter, we have over 7,000 people that are, you know, reading our tweets and following on what we are doing. I appreciate every one of you for coming. May Chukwu Kabiama Primi Henile bless every one of you and keep you standing, maintaining your position. May God bless our leader Mazin Namdekanu. May God bless Chief Oloye Sondebo. May God bless Pabanji Akintoye. May God bless Olayomi Koiki of Koiki Media. And may Chukwu Kabiama Primi Henile bless our spokesperson, the Dragon, Mazi Simon Ekba. I love you, but Chukwu Kabiama loves you more. See you later tonight or tomorrow. Shalom.